move straight forward into our training. So I've got, I'll share my screen. I've got a PowerPoint presentation. Okay. So today we are looking at crop protection. So we are going to use the principle of plant pathology and entomology. So plant pathology, we are talking about diseases, the plant diseases. And then on entomology, we are talking about insect pests. Yeah, so let me just admit one or two people, then we move forward. All right, yeah. So we are going to look at diseases and pests. So first of all, we are going to look at the basic notion on pest, disease, and their control. Okay, so there are so many types of pests, but today we'll focus on the insect pests because they are the most common pests that devastates crop production. So we are going to move forward. Yeah. Okay. So in order for a disease to occur, there must be three things. There must be a plant itself. Okay, let me try to mute all of you. So let me just try to mute all of you because I'm having some feedback. Okay. All right. Let me mute everyone. Okay. Thank you. So yeah. So we go back to our slides. So I said, in order for a disease to occur, there should be a plant itself. There should be a conducive environment, and there should be a pathogen. So when these two things are in one place, it means a disease will occur. So what we do in crop protection is to make it hard for a disease to occur. So we destroy this conducive environment for a disease to occur. So we disturb the conducive environment for a disease to occur. So we'll go straight into the common pests that we have. We've got aphids and we've got whiteflies. So aphids, they look like this, and we've got whiteflies which appear like this. So these are what we call the sucking pests. So what they do is that they'll stay on your crop and they'll suck some fluids or some sap from the plant. By so doing, they will be transmitting some viral diseases. So when your plant has been infested by these types of pests, at the end of the day, you are going to have a lower yield. So this is not what we want as farmers. By the end of the day, we want our crops to be very healthy and for them to give us a very good yield. So after knowing the diseases, we also need to know, or the pests, we also need to know what we can do to control our diseases. So as Syngenta, we've formulated some pesticides which you can use to control whiteflies and aphids. We've got a chemical known as Actara. So Actara is a very good chemical. It is a systemic chemical. So what I mean by systemic is that when you spray it on a plant, it will be absorbed in the system of the plant. So when it's absorbed in the system of the plant, it will stay there for over 7 days. And when a pest comes to a plant and tries to suck the sap, it will be knocked down by the chemical that will be absorbed by the plant. I'll further explain what systemic means at the end of our training. Okay, Then we've got another set of diseases. We've got the red spider mite, and we also have the leaf miners. Even these pests also affect plant production, and they can also lower the yield. So as a farmer, you should make sure that you protect your crop from aphids, from whiteflies, also from red spider mite and leaf miners. So if you've got such kind of diseases or pests, there's a chemical which we know known as agrimec gold. Agrimec gold is also a systemic insecticide. It's absorbed by the system. As you can see, the leaf miners are found. They are found. They are found mining in the upper layer of the leaf. So you need a chemical that will go into the system of the plant and stay there. So as the insect will try to burrow in the leaf, it will find that there will be a chemical there which will knock it down. And the chemicals that we use on mites and leaf miners are the chemicals that we call the acaricides. Okay, they are not organophosphates like Actara or pyrethroids like Lambda. So you need an acaricide to control red spider mite and leaf miners. From leaf miners, we move on to another pest, which is Tuta absoluta, the common one, which has also devastated a number of tomato fields. So this also looks like a leaf miner, but it's big in size. It also acts. It also resembles the full armyworm and the diamond backmoth in cabbage. So in order to control this type of a pest, you need chemicals such as Ampligo and Denimfit. So I'll explain a bit about about Denimfit and why I've chosen Denimfit as a control for Tuta. It's because it has got it is powered by two active ingredients, which are emamectin and lufenuron. So what emamectin does, it paralyzes the pests. After paralyzing the pest fails to move and eat, and then it dies within 24 hours. Then lufenuron, it disrupts the life cycle. It prevents the new insects from establishing. So within 21 days, you find that the disease, the pest will be contained, because sometimes you may not completely eradicate the pest, but you can just reduce it to an economic level. So we move on to another set of pests, where we've got the boeworms and the cutworms. So these are also in the same family. So with this type of insects, with these types of insects, you can use Ampligo. Okay, so the reason why I've chosen Ampligo is because it's also powered by two active ingredients, which one, it has got a diamide and it also has a pyrethroid. So a diamide will act on a new group of insects, the insects that will evolve, because you know insects evolve. So if you've got a new insect, a diamide will be able to eradicate the new insects. And then with the lambda, which is found in Ampligo, it's able. I would say it's able to control a number of insects. Okay, it's able to control a number of insects. In other words, it's a broad spectrum insecticide. So if you've got caterpillars, you've got aphids, this lambda is able to control those insects. Yeah. So yeah, Mr. Mayenga, welcome again. Okay. So we move on. Okay. All right. Then we've got another set of pests where we've got the diamond bark moth, and we also have the cabbage webworm. So these are common in cabbage. So in order to control this type of pests, you can use denim fit. So like I explained earlier about denim fit, it's powered by two active ingredients, emamectin and rufenurion. Emamectin being the active ingredient that will paralyze the insect, and then rufenurion, which will disrupt the life cycle, or which will prevent the establishment of the new pests. So when you use denim fit, it's able to control all those pests that I mentioned earlier. So now, let me explain a bit on the modes of action, because I was talking about systemic, I was talking about contact, and people didn't understand what was meant by contact and what was meant by systemic. So the image that you are seeing on the screen is representing, we've got the pest here, which is a chewing pest, and we've got a sucking pest on the left-hand side. So, and these red dots are representing the chemical. So this chemical that has been sprayed here, it has got a residual action, meaning that it's able to stay for a long time, okay? It's able to stay for a long time, meaning that when you spray it, it's able to stay for a long time. When an insect comes in, wants to feed on a plant, it will find that the chemical is already on the crop, and then it will be knocked down. Then we've got the contact action. These red dots represents the chemical which is being sprayed. So this the contact chemical is it's better you spray it when you know that the pests are on the crop. So when you spray it on an insect, the insect will be knocked down. So as you can see, when you spray it on an insect, then the insect will be knocked down. So as a farmer, you need to know the type of chemical that you are spraying, whether if it's a contact, a systemic, or something that has got the residual action. So when we talk about a systemic chemical, you spray it on top of the leaf and it will be absorbed in the system, as you can see here. So if a pest wants to suck, or it has pierced the leaf, it will suck the chemical inside there. Thereby now, at the end of the day, this insect will be knocked down. So this is what is meant by systemic action. So I'll invite for a question on this topic before we move on to another topic, which is disease management. Any question on any question on pest management? Yes, Bruce. Okay, there's no question. Then okay, let me just see in the chat.
I've got a question.
Okay.
Yes. When you are spraying,
yes.
Let's say you've got a problem to do with tuta absoluta.
Yes.
and there is another problem in your field, are you able to mix chemicals, let's say Demifit with another chemical, together with a foliar fertilizer?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Okay, generally it's not advisable to mix chemicals because sometimes the chemicals can react and form another compound which might be very harmful to your crop. So what you can do, yeah, what you can do is that there's you can do what we call, you can test for compatibility, meaning that you can get a small sample of denim fit and that foliar fit, mix it in a simple container and see if it will form a uniform solution. So if it forms a uniform solution, then you can spray. But if it forms a precipitate, I don't know if you understand the precipitate. You find that it will not form a uniform solution. If it doesn't form a uniform solution, just know that these chemicals are not compatible. Are you covered, sir?
Thank you.
All right. Remy, we were just discussing about pest management, and we had the question by one of the participants to ask whether you can mix two chemicals. If you notice that there are two types of problems in the field, maybe I would need your input also. Hello? All right. Okay, let's move on to another topic. Okay, someone asked, can you repeat a bit on a bit? We are not able to get you on Twitter. Okay, on Twitter, I talked about tuta being a very devastating insect in tomato production, and to eradicate tuta or to control it to an economic level, you need to use you need to use either Denifit or Ampligo, or in other ways, I would say you need to alternate the two. The reason why you need to use Denifit and Ampligo is that Denifit is powered by two active ingredients, that's rufenurion and emamectin. So emamectin will paralyze the larva, the same tuta, and lufenuron will disrupt the life cycle to prevent the growth of the tuta from one stage to another. Then when it comes to Ampligo, there's Ampligo has got a dynamite, a damad, and also it also has a perithroid. So a perithroid, which is lambda, will be able to even knock down the moth itself, the butterfly itself, and then the damide, it's able to work on all the new pests, because a tuta is a new pest, so the damide will be able to work on it. All right, we move on to disease management. All right, on disease management, the same concept with pest management. Yeah, so there are mainly three types of diseases that you find in crop management. We've got the fungal infection, we've got the bacterial infections, and we've got the viral infection. So today we'll just look at fungal infection, and for bacterial and viral infections, we'll deal with them in another training. So we move forward. Yeah, so fungus, plant fungus can quickly damage and even kill plants. Fungal infections have a variety of forms that includes wilting, scab, mold, coating. Okay. Yeah. So what usually happens on diseases is that the fungal infections are always there in your field, but they just don't have the chance to germinate on the plant. Okay. So as a farmer, you should make sure that you come up with a crop protection plan that will prevent the fungi from germinating on the plant. So what happens is that when you have a spore in the air, okay, it will drop on the leaf. When it drops on the leaf, it will start germinating. After germination, then an infection will start occurring. So what usually happens is that from germination to the time the infection has started occurring, you cannot tell with your visible eye. This is the reason why we encourage a preventive approach when you are dealing with disease management. So you start your crop protection even before you see any sign of a disease. By the time you see symptoms, it means the infection has already occurred and the plant has already been, the affected part has already been destroyed. So after some time, you find that now the damage occurs. Okay, so we move on. Okay, so now we look at the common types of fungal infection where we've got damping off. Okay, so damping off is one of the fungal infection that you find in all crops, and it's mostly common in seedlings. Okay, so you find that your seedlings will start rotting in that format. If you find your seedlings are rotting in that format, just know it's damping off. Okay, then we've got late blight. You find that your tomato fruits are rotting in that format, and on the leaves you find that it has got black patches which looks wet. Okay, so when you see such symptom, just know it's late blight. And what you can do when you've got late blight or damping off, you need this chemical known as ridomil. So why do I choose ridomil? Ridomil is also powered by two active ingredients. We've got the one which offers internal protection and the one which offers external protection. Okay, so we've got metalaxyl, which is systemic. It will offer internal protection. When it is sprayed on the plant, it will be absorbed in the system. Once absorbed in the system, it will now go and help the plant develop the defense mechanism. Then mancozeb offers external protection. When you spray it, it covers the top and prevents the spore from germinating. Okay, so we move on. So what usually happens is that, like I said on the contact activity, as you can see, this orange stuff on top, this represents the mancozeb in the ridomil, which stays on top of the plant and offers external protection. And then on the systemic and translaminar, this is now the metalaxyl, which is absorbed by the plant, and then it is distributed inside the plant and offers the defense mechanism to the plant. Okay, so we move on to another disease, which is early blight. So early blight, you find that your tomatoes will start rotting in that format. So, and the difference between late blight. Okay, let me just mute you all. Okay, let me just go back. Okay. So we're on lead blight, right?
Prince, kindly mute your mic.
All right. We're on. Okay, I'm on another slide. Okay. Okay. On light blight. So the difference between late blight and early blight is that on early blight you find that it has got brown patches. You've got okay, in Kisu, I've seen your hand. Okay, let me just wind up. Yeah, we've got you've got a leaf which has got brown patches, and when you take a closer look, these patches are dry and they've got concentric rings. So then you'll be able to tell that it's the early blight. Then we've got also what we call powdery mildew. So powdery mildew, just like the name itself, you are going to have the leaf will have some white stuff, which looks like powder. It also affects plant growth. So if you've got such diseases, then Amister Top is a solution for your problem. Why have I chosen Amister Top? Because it was also powered by two active ingredients where we've got azoxstrobin and the difenoconazole. So what azoxstrobin does, it inhibits respiration, or it stops respiration of the fungus. So when the respiration of the fungus has been stopped, it means that the fungus would die. Then we've got difenoconazole, which stops the growth of the fungus. So you will find that when you had the fungus, it will be just localized, and it will be it will stop the fungus from developing to another stage. Okay. So to this stage, I'll unmute you and yes, Kisu, you can ask your question. Okay. Kisu's mic is not connected. Okay, I'll invite for questions. Okay, there's a question here. Can fungicide be used on pawpaw plants? Yes, they can be used. You just need to know to identify the fungal infection that is on the pawpaw. If there's powdery mildew, then you need to go for Amister Top. Okay. Any other question? Anyone with a question? Rodin, is that your hand?
No, sir, it's all right. I was the challenge with the network. I think I'll catch up with the recording.
All right, thanks. Okay. All right. Okay, we've got about 5 minutes to go. I can go back to my presentation. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Evening.
Pande here.
Yes, Mpande.
Is it possible to share the spraying schedule in such groups, like the spraying schedule, the recommended spraying schedule for different varieties, like maybe tomatoes, onions, like cabbage, like recommended? Because right now what we have, there's a lot of information which sometimes is wrong or is false on Facebook, different WhatsApp group, people forward you because they messages or do some information to you because they know maybe you do vegetable gardening. So now, is it possible that maybe with you, the experts, you could share, like for example, to say tomatoes, it's recommended you spray once a week or once every 2 weeks. And then with experience, I've seen like what works most. Like for example, for me, I rotate the fungicide and the insecticide so that we are able to perhaps get rid of those, maybe some insects or fungal which might be resistant to certain chemicals. So maybe such information could also could shed more light as we take advantage of the few minutes remaining.
All right, thanks. So what I'll do, if are you a member of the WhatsApp group?
Yes, I joined from the WhatsApp group.
Oh, okay. Okay, what we'll do is that thank you for that, and I'll sit down, come up with a spray program which we are going to share, so that each and everyone can benefit.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions, Simon? All right. Stephen, last time you didn't you just attended for a few minutes. Any questions?
Actually, this is my first time joining,
That's the
attending
first
the
time.
meeting.
Oh, last time you joined before a day before the meeting. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, I've just followed up because the last time I never attended, even the other one. So this was like helpful to me.
All right. All right. Thanks. So I did a review of the two trainings that we had last week. So so maybe I may even ask the participants which which time is okay for everyone for us to be having trainings, because I want us to be having progressive trainings, so that at least at the end of the day we're able to understand. Your mic is mute. Unmute your mic. Yes. Yes. Yes, Rodin.
I don't know. How is 1930?
Oh, 1930. I don't know with the other members.
I second.
I second also. 1930 is viable, because like some of us, we are maybe from the farm, like this time, which is when we are coming back, we take advantage of 1930 means at least we are home and we are done with the activities for the day. So I second 1930.
1930 as well. I second.
Okay, how many days in a week? Because my
In a week.
yeah, my proposal is twice or once, whichever. I don't know how you would want it to be like. Yes, I do.
I think once will be fine, so that we learn something on 1 day in a week,
Okay.
and then we have got the whole week to put in practice what we have learned.
Okay, thanks. I just have less than a minute. Very soon need to cut. Very soon the meeting will end. On behalf of the Syngenta team, I would say thank you to everyone that has participated. I am Kasakula, the technical sales representative, vegetable business unit, Syngenta Zambia. I'm hosting you from Chingola. Yeah, so
Thank you very much.
yeah. So Rosemary Mkuka, thank you for joining, though at the last minute. We'll share the presentation with you. We are just remaining with less than a
Thanks a lot,
minute.
Mr. Gasakun.
Yes, so we'll share the
Okay,
presentation.
thank you.
All right.